Hey everyone, it's Jim McGuinn from Teenage Kicks. This week we're talking about the band The Waterboys, who are back on the road with a new record called Where the Action Is. And this is a band that's been going since the early 1980s around the musicianship and leadership of Mike Scott. He's been the principal songwriter and singer in this band, but they've had a cast of thousands in this band throughout the different decades. They started in '83 and they came out on the heels of groups like U2 and Simple Minds and Big Country. And in fact, one of their early singles was called The Big Music, and that was what critics defined their sound as. It was majestic. It was asking big questions about life and the world, and it had this anthemic quality to it. And Mike Scott reached maybe the pinnacle of that era of the band's success with the song Hole the Moon, which may or may not have been inspired by Prince. And Prince actually covered that song later in life a few times live, and something that brought a lot of joy to Mike Scott because he's a huge Prince fan. I know that because I talked to him about it one time. Then in like '86, '87, they were at a crossroads whether to continue on that path or pick another path, and Mike Scott picked another path, becoming immersed in Americana and Irish folk music, and he came out with a beautiful record called Fisherman's Blues, which I might say is maybe one of the best Americana records recorded by somebody who's not an American. And that record had a lot of classic songs, and you could feel that touch back to earthier sounds in the Waterboys sound. So from that point forward, they started oscillating between more rock-leaning records and more folk-leaning records. The band broke up for a while. Mike did some solo records, got the band back together, and now they're still going strong, a great live touring band, and like I said, with this new album Where the Action Is, they're still making great music today. It's the Waterboys this week on Teenage Kicks, and... Hey, I got my uke. Here we go. We're going to do the Fisherman's Blues from the Waterboys with a very simple chord progression. Pretty much the entire song goes G, F, A minor, C. Luke Taylor taught it to me just like that. Sounds like this. Well, I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the sea, away from the dry land and the bitter memories, casting out my sweet line with abandonment and love. No ceiling bearing down on me, just the starry skies above, and you in my head, you in my arms. Oohs are a little tricky, but that's it. You get it. It's really simple. Fun song to play around the campfires. Fisherman's Blues from the Waterboys, our feature this week on Teenage Kicks.